This episode is brought to you by HBO Max. It's the final season of the Emmy Award-winning series Hacks, premiering April 9th. Starring Gene Smart and Hannah Einbinder, Season 5 finds comedy queen Deborah Vance returning to Las Vegas to solidify her legacy. Don't miss the premiere of Hacks on April 9th, exclusively on HBO Max. And listen to the official podcast on Spotify and HBO Max. Subscription required. Visit hbomax.com for details.
Chronic migraine is 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more.
Botox, onabotulinum toxin A, prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they start. It's not for those with 14 or fewer headache days a month. It prevents on average 8 to 9 headache days a month versus 6 to 7 for placebo.
Prescription Botox is injected by your doctor. Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, including ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Why wait? Ask your doctor, visit BotoxChronicMigraine.com, or call 1-800-44-BOTOX to learn more.
This is the way.
We're wanted men.
Welcome to episode 290. 90, the Smugglers Galaxy podcast. I have no clue why I did that.
Yeah.
I'm Glenn. There's Jason. Maybe because it's a little late. We're recording weird at a weird hour.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get it done because, you know, we can enjoy our Sundays.
Easter
Sunday. You got anything planned for Easter Sunday?
I'm just going to my mom's. She's back from Florida.
Florida.
I gotta.
You're gonna get your toys she bought you?
My cup.
The cup.
Star Cruiser cup.
Awesome.
I saw someone post an updated photo from when my mom went at the beginning of the month, and they're down to, well, who knows if they have back stock, but they were down to like a dozen.
Wow.
And I would say they had like 2 rows of them, so maybe like 50-ish, and now they're down to a dozen.
Wow. I guess that's popular. That's all. I mean, hey, you got one, so that's cool. And you could be like, hey, I have something from the Star Cruiser.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't have it. I don't know if I don't have any Easter plans. Maybe something will pop up. I don't know. We'll see. Probably just chilling out. Hopefully the grocery store will be open so we can go grocery shopping.
I didn't go because I was cleaning my house. Today was the volunteer day where we start setting up for Rogue Fun and getting badges ready, getting swag packs ready, things like that. So a bunch of us came over to volunteer. So I was cleaning my house. How was the Powder Springs Toy Show?
I thought it was a good Toylanta B. Or, you know, I thought it was, because normally this weekend is a weird weekend because it falls on the one in whatever, we're in April. The one in April is normally the weirder one because it's normally falls either the week of Easter, weekend of Easter, or the start of spring break. So there's normally a smaller crowd. And I don't know if spring break, at least I think your wife said something. She was off for spring break. So
yeah, this week is spring break for those in Cobb County. Okay,
so probably the majority of Georgia is on spring break this week anyway. So it's just a weird way the calendar falls. Yeah, I thought it was a good follow-up to Toylanta. There was a good amount of Star Wars there this go round. There was the couple of people that had the bunch of TVC stuff, and I kind of looked over it for a minute, and I didn't think nothing of it. And then I remembered I need a callus, so let me go see if they have one, but they didn't. They had it. I thought they had some good prices. That booth did. They did have the 2-pack Black Series, the the Mandalorians, the multicolored Mandalorians, the
Mm.
black for like $30, and I contemplated that for a minute, but I think I'm gonna go to the dark side and maybe focus on the TVC stuff for a minute. Yeah.
Ooh. Welcome.
Because it's what I've been, you've got more room for it. You had mentioned that Ross, the Mandalorian, the 4-pack of Mandalorians are starting to show up. And I stopped at Ross today on our way back from your house and didn't see them. But I saw a few things, not much, but 3 or 4 figures. Well, and they also had a TVC, the trainer Mandalorian that they wanted for $10. And when it gets to that point, sometimes I got to take a step back and be like, do I really need this? Situation.
The trainer?
When Grogu was learning to fight.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's the trainer. I don't know what the proper term of the guy is, but he has all the multicolored armor.
Okay.
And I really like that look, because if I ever build a Mandalorian, that was sort of the look I was going to go for, because tradition in the Mandalorian culture is pieces of armor have been handed down from generation to generation. So sometimes you don't paint the armor and you just you can have a multicolored suit, or a different colored suit, and you're still paying homage to your forefathers. So I thought it was a really good meetup. I only got about 1.5 times through it because it started to get really hot, and I knew I had to be at your house soon. So at that point I was just like, I'm going to call it a day.
Refreshing wild cherry cola meets smooth cream. The treat you deserve. Pepsi Wild Cherry and Cream. Treat yourself.
K-pop Demon Hunters, Haja Boys breakfast meal and Huntrix meal have just dropped at McDonald's. They're calling this a battle for the fans. What do you say to that, Rumi?
It's not a battle. So glad the Saja Boys could take breakfast and give our meal the rest of the day.
It is an honor to share.
No, it's our honor.
It is our larger honor.
No, really. Stop.
You can really feel the respect in this battle. Pick a meal to pick a side.
At participating McDonald's while supplies last.
Because I'd gone back and hit the booths that I wanted to find. Again, there was a couple of people that I hadn't seen there before. There was a lot more t-shirt vendors there, but people were going through their stuff. Which it's always weird to see like a clothing vendor there, but hey, if they can make money, why not?
As long as the corporations don't invade.
Yeah. That's what Tony was giving us crap about, the corporate. It's not a corporation. Anyway, I did pick up was it Micro Action Fleet stuff for you?
Micro Machines.
Micro Machines, the little see-through stuff, because they were like $2 each, and I'm like, X-rays. Let me message Jason, see if he wants these. So they look like they were in good shape, and for $2, like you said, you can't pass those up.
Nope.
And then I found a Ezra A-Wing. I wasn't gonna. It was for $20, and I'm like, I can't let this go for a second time. The Micro Galaxy Squadron. So now I just need to find the B-Wing, and I would love to find a TIE Defender. But I mean, I literally took it. I got home, I put it in my room, and I hadn't even opened it yet. So it, that's how it. So yeah, my daughter had called me like as I'm getting there, and my grandson was like, "Wampa, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Going to a toy show." He's like, "How many are there? What are you doing? Why are you going to another toy show? Oh my God!" So he was kind of freaking out a little bit. There was, I think he would have enjoyed this one because there was a couple of vendors that had Pokemon cards and Legos, which I'd never paid attention to, I guess, since this, last Toylanta. But I guess now I'm kind of like, wow, there's a lot of people that are doing Pokemon and Legos. I paid attention to the Legos anyway because I like seeing what there is. Because I do collect Legos. I do enjoy building them, and no, it was a good time. I didn't see, like the normal, like Jordan wasn't there. I didn't see him, so I don't know if he was just skipping if he had plans or he was on a Toylanta hangover still.
Yeah. Or he spent all his money at
Or
Toyota.
he
No.
spent all his
Who
money.
knows?
Who knows? Right. So, I was just kind of curious, but I forgot one of the guys I see that it's always hanging out with him, and it wasn't Richard, it was another guy. I saw him there. So, I mean, there was some familiar faces. It's funny because I'll go to one booth and I'll just be like, man, this guy's got some good stuff. And then it's Adam Thrawn's, his booth, or Thorn. Is it Thorn or Thorn?
Adam Thorne.
Thorn.
Thorne.
Thorn. I saw, so I don't know where he's got always has some good stuff. Yeah, and but I almost bought a Darth Vader X-Wing or TIE Fighter. X-Wing would have been really cool. Darth Vader TIE Fighter, but one of the wings was broken and the guy was wanting like $50 for it. Huh?
Throne.
He's looking it up.
I just looked it up. I had a double, triple check.
I almost bought that, and then somebody had it was what we believe it was a production body Kanan with a pre-production head. And I'd messaged our buddy David and asked him about it. He had the same feelings I did, that it was a first shot head, but on a production body. Even though I should have mentioned this to him, the body was really loose, which didn't make sense to me on a Black Series figure.
Did you buy it?
I did not buy it.
No.
He had suggested that I pass on it because the guy was wanting. I talked him down to. He wanted 50, and then he offered it to me for 40. And David was like, "Yeah, you could probably find just a head for a lot cheaper than that, a Kanan head." But there were still markings and stuff on it, so I know the first shots normally don't have any markings. So we both agreed that it was a production figure with a pre-production head. So he was just like, if you want to get it, but I would suggest no. I would suggest pass on it and wait for Rogue Fun and see what shows up. And I'm in the same boat. I'm like, yeah, I'll wait for Rogue Fun and see what shows up, because I'm not dying to buy anything right now. The only thing I really want is that bootleg ceramic Leia. But I mean, it was just there, and it was like, ooh, you don't see these pieces at this show. You don't see pre-production pieces at this show. So it definitely caught my eye.
It was weird.
Yeah, it was just a weird piece to have there at that, because it's a general swap meet, and the guy he said the right stuff. He was like, I get these from China and they come in, and he was like, I got this in one of the lots I got from China. So I mean, all the words were there, everything was right, but it just didn't. Maybe if I didn't want to talk him, like, I'll give you $20 for it and see what he would have said, but I didn't want to insult the guy because he seemed to think he knew, or know how to price in his head for it, and he wasn't coming too far off of it. But yeah, there were some cool pieces that you don't see there, and like I said, man, I kind of would have liked. I should have maybe pushed through and done one more lap, but I hit the hot spots a couple of times, and like I said, new vendors. It's you never know what you're gonna get at that event, so it's always fun to check out.
Cool.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe you missed a good time. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe
not.
Maybe not. Yeah, it's hard to get to all of them. You really want to get to all of them, but there are just times where the weather sucks, and it was also kind of dreary this morning as I was heading out. I thought I was going to get rained on because it was drizzly and cloudy, but come about noon, like 11:30 noon, it just temperature felt like it went up 10 degrees real fast.
The rain will come on Sunday, tomorrow.
Yeah, on Easter.
I picked up a couple things. I went to Ross this week, and I did get the Acolyte 6-pack for $20.
Damn, there were some of those there today.
How much were they asking?
I didn't ask.
Yeah, so they picked it up from Ross, and then they went to, and that's the kind of stuff that we don't like.
Yeah,
At least I don't.
Yeah, and I thought about it later. Somebody did have a Neil, but they wanted like $25-$30 for it.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I figured you didn't want to pay that for it,
No.
so I didn't even bother messaging you. So I was like, yeah, you picked that up at Ross for $8 and are selling it for $25. But
there was one at Toylanta for $20 that I considered for a brief moment, but I was like, yeah, I need this to complete it, but I'll wait because there's plenty of Neils, but there's only one Rogue Fun room sales where maybe one of one kind of item shows up. You never know. So I decided to hold off on that. But I did get the retro collection for 20 bucks. I couldn't pass that deal up, and I was very thankful that I waited. I didn't
Hmm.
get it off of Amazon, and that I was able to find it for 20 bucks.
Nice.
Um, I did get I ordered this in advance. It's from the new Mandalorian and Grogu movie. There's a movie coming out in a month. Not many people know about that.
There what? No.
But this is the Remnant Snowtrooper,
Uh-huh.
and that's what they look like without that long mask.
That's kind of creepy looking.
Yeah.
It's a
But
cool
like,
looking figure. I may if I can find it for cheap. I do love the snow trooper.
but I
Uh,
assume at some point like the mask got torn to shreds. It just didn't look good anymore, so they just kind of took it off and
yeah. It is good to see that Star Wars is trying to get back to a used universe.
yeah. And then I pre-ordered this off of Walmart.com. It's the Revenge of the Sith 2-pack with Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Airborne Clone Trooper.
I saw that at Walmart this week. They had a few of them sitting in there.
Yeah, like Steven Sansweet says, how do you know what's in it if you don't open it? I don't know. I'm just gonna have to take their word for it.
It could be some socks.
Could be socks. Could be a t-shirt.
That's
You
a
go,
throwback to Rogue Fun 1.
yeah, you go buy a mount for your TV and you open it up and it's just a t-shirt.
Yeah. I did have a little bit of a scare. I went to Walmart the other day and I was walking the toy aisle and I was like, where did the Star Wars go? And they had moved it to the
They
front of
moved
the
it to the
aisle.
front. Yeah. Did you see the Zeb?
I did not see the Zeb. I did see Tim had gotten one. I probably would have picked that up, but I did not see it
Yeah.
because it's that new line, right? That's the only
Yeah.
one that's out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of a deluxe too.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit bigger, but they're cheaper. They're still 5 POA and
I don't mind that because I've got the Sabine sitting here, and I mean, for what it is, it's a good looking figure. I don't really, I mean, everything is child proportions, as far as your jetpack and the shield goes. But I mean, for a 5 POA figure, it looks really good.
yeah. I also got my swag for Rogue Fun today.
Dude, that looks so
This is
good.
this is the artist proof. This is the not for resale. This is just a
Ooh.
proof. I ordered
Mhm.
this because what it is, it's about 100 pages long. I think it's 85 pages long. It's a Tales of Scum and Villainy. It's a book in the same kind of style as the original Tales of books, Tales of Mos Eisley Cantina, Tales of Jabba's Palace, Tales of the Bounty Hunters. So
Yeah.
I went out and I've been wrestling if I should tell the whole story because it doesn't paint me in the best light. I made some bad choices.
Uh-oh. What kind of bad choices did you make?
Well, back in January, we went out to the Vecna's house up in Rome.
Uh-huh.
So I was having a long day, and when I got home, I was tired from driving because Atlanta traffic can be exhausting. So I get home, I'm tired. I sit down, I have a drink. It was, a Coke, Diet Coke, and whatever, whiskey. And what? You're
Nothing.
laughing already.
I just love it when you're just like, yeah, I had a drink and then I made a bad decision for some swag.
Yeah, well, I was watching. I just opened up YouTube because I didn't want to get into anything
Mhm.
deep. I didn't want to start a movie or TV show where I had to watch 8 different episodes. The algorithm was pointing me to making of episode one,
Uh-huh.
and so I was having the drink, and I was feeling fine, feeling a little bit, a little bit better. The weight was coming off, and the next thing I see in this making of episode one is George Lucas walking around Roger Christian,
Uh-huh.
who's one of our guests.
Right.
And to see Roger, and he was what, the first assistant director of episode one? And then not to mention like he was very pivotal in the original trilogy. But it's just the fact that our guest is being walked around by George Lucas gave me a lot of anxiety. Like this is not small time stuff.
Right.
I had a second drink to help my anxiety. This is why you should drink responsibly. You shouldn't drink for these purposes. And then I finished that drink, and I'm feeling a little buzzed. I'm feeling fine, and And then I found out something else that gave me even more anxiety about Rogue Fun. So I had a third drink and drink responsibly. It doesn't paint me in the best light, but I didn't have any more after that. But I did feel pretty tipsy, unfortunately. And while I was just surfing YouTube, I just had this idea of doing a zine,
Mhm.
of a classic zine like the punk rockers for Rogue Fun. I wanted to do something cheap, something that wasn't that involved and heavy, where I can just type stuff up,
Right.
photocopy it, and then I'm done. So while I had that liquid courage, I reached out to a couple friends, Jerry, Hannah, and Sean Moynihan, and asked them if they would contribute to the zine. And they all said yes. And I told them to pick a character. I assigned Jerry Greedo, and I asked Sean, because he's a big holiday special fan, if he would do Acmina. He's like, sure. So I woke up the next morning realizing what I had done. No, I wasn't that drunk. I was just really, 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 really buzzed. And
I got blackout drunk and made swag for Rogue Fun.
yeah, that's right. And so they said, yeah, sure. So Jerry finished up his story. I finished up mine, and I put it in layout for a zine. And I realized that it was way too long for a zine. Like a zine's supposed to be 48 pages long. This thing was going to be like 30 pages.
Right.
I was like, I'm going to have to pivot. So I looked into
Were you
producing.
carrying a couch at the time?
Yeah, pivot, pivot. Um, so then I reached out to a couple other friends and said, we need to pivot to a novella. And they were all, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that sounds great. So we did produce, there's 8 stories in that style. And we got it done in time. I was really afraid that we wouldn't be able to make this thing in time because this was at the beginning of March.
Yeah.
Here we are at the beginning of April, and we have the book done, which is a relief. They're 250, and they're individually. This one
Did
has
you put?
blank page. This one has
Oh, it's all
blank.
blank. Oh,
This one
okay.
has blank pages because I was anticipating more stories, but I wanted to see the size of it, if it
Uh-huh.
fit with everything, and it did. So the stories are in order of the way that I received them.
Hmm.
So I got Jerry's first, so Jerry's the first story, and then Hannah was the third story I received after mine, and so that's how they're in. They're not in any special order, and they're great. They're like I said, individually numbered. All the artists or all the authors will be there. The art is a blend of me and AI. I'll just be open, I guess, about that because I know a lot of people are sensitive about this, but I did like take the artwork. I took photos from the internet, took photos myself of characters with my own Black Series figures and Photoshop like the joints out of it and got things where I wanted to, and then made my images that way. And I uploaded it to AI and said, turn this into this style or turn this into a line drawing because we did do line drawings in the book itself, similar to the old Tales of book. So
Yeah.
each attendee of Rogue Fun will get one of these books. On the back it says Rogue Fun 2. And yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the winning swag of Rogue Fun. It looks pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to get my copy and start getting into it.
And I was being asked today, like, are all the stories? Because like Rich wrote a story, and his is pretty like you could see that actually happening while Star Wars is going on, the original
Mhm.
movie. But like Adam Thrones, his is it's wild and fun. It's
Mhm.
it's almost like his is Hammerhead, Momon Nadon, and he kind of made him force sensitive in that not only can he feel things happening in the Force, he feels things happening in other universes.
Oh wow.
So, for example, like he can feel things that are happening in our universe.
Ooh.
It's a lot of fun, and so you've got everything from like very serious in the world of Star Wars to stuff that's more like a wink, wink. This is a different kind of fun to stuff
Mhm.
like Adam wrote. So it's like all in the spectrum, and I love it, and it's just the best way to describe it. It's a dish of candy with different candies in it, and all the candies are great,
Yeah. It's like a box of
like a
chocolates.
box of chocolates. And yeah, we got it done, and
Yeah.
everyone will get one.
Yeah, no, like I said, man, it looks great. It suits it fits everything like the old school EU novels. I mean, it's perfect right in there with with the art and everything. So
That's one of the questions I got from the authors is like, how much should I pay attention to EU? And I was like, pay attention all you want. Don't pay attention at all.
right,
Just write something fun, write the story you want to tell. Don't feel like you're being pigeonholed by anything.
right.
And so I got Jerry's story, and Jerry had some things about because my character was Ponda Baba, Walrus Man, and Jerry had included on this is my luxury of kind of being the editor,
Hmm.
is that I was able to influence my own story. Nobody else got to see those stories,
Right.
but I did. So I saw something from Jerry, and so I included that into my story. And then Danny Katzel wrote a story about Jenny, but he included stuff from Solo, a Star Wars story. So I went back and added some of that kind of stuff into my story. So I think my story more than anyone else was influenced by others because I have that luxury. I was in
Right.
that position to go back and change things, but yeah, for the most part, it's fun.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, it'll be. Yeah, I'm curious how long it'll take for one to hit eBay.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you read the front of the book, it says not for resale. This book is not to be sold or distributed.
Yeah, just like all the records that are cut out that says, not distributed when you go to a record
Yeah,
store.
well, I know it might happen, but you know, I included the it says AP for artist proof, but
Mhm.
I included that number just to try to make it feel more exclusive, but I was afraid that it might make it more desirable.
Right.
And that really wasn't the intention. It was
Right.
just to get it to make it feel special.
Right. No, I can't, man. And I think it'll be special, to the authors because then, personally, when I get mine, I'm going to want to have all you guys autograph them. You know what I mean? Just to
It's
keep
like
it, just so, because it's going to be a memory of Rogue Fun on top of something cool.
yeah.
That's why I like swag like that. That's why I do koozies as my swag because I like usable swag and that's usable swag.
Yeah.
That's something you're going to get out of. It's going to make you're going to get something out of it more than you would something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something you're going to use and you're going to have a memory of it and it's going to sit on your shelf and it's not going to be something crazy. It's going to be a book that's going to sit on your bookshelf and you can always look at it and be like, I got that at Rogue Fun.
Yeah. And hopefully, like, no strings attached. Just read the story and have fun. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to watch 7 different movies, 8 different TV shows. You don't have to read 7 books that came before it. It's just open the book, read it,
Mm-hmm.
have fun.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
No, it's awesome.
If you want a copy, we still have 8 tickets left for Rogue Fun.
Yeah.
Buy one.
Buy a ticket.
I was telling Shannon I think today is one of my favorite days when it comes to Rogue Fun because it's Volunteer Day where we've got different Georgia Alliance members who come together and we start, like I mentioned before, making the badges, packing swag, putting boxes together, organizing things, and it feels a lot like art class where you would be working on your project, but at the same time you're hanging out, having fun and
Yeah.
laughing and so it's become one of my favorites, and I really appreciate everyone's help today, and it was great.
Yeah, no, it was fun. Yeah, once we figured out what we were doing or how, because I'm one of those people where it's like, if you can figure out an assembly line or figure out, if you got 3 people working on it, it's easier if you each do one part. So that was kind of cool. And then April had figured something out because we were putting the boxes together, and then there's a piece of string that goes through it, and she's like, "Well, if you take the boxes and we could put the string halfway through it, and then the guys who's putting the patches in the boxes only have one more thing to do." So it's like, yeah, if we can make everybody else's job easier, that's how I like doing it.
Yeah.
And the easier we can make it, the better. So we had a little system out, and it felt like we did more last time, but maybe I'm just because we were assembling the big swag. They know that the big swag, or we know what it, or no, I don't
They know
want
it's a lunch. Well, we announced that it's a lunchbox by Tom Whalen, the same artist who did our first one, but
Okay.
we haven't announced what the image is yet.
Gotcha. Yeah, because last time we were putting the swag in the lunch boxes, so I felt like we were doing more last time. But
Yeah, that's going to be more a day of thing, and we'll have volunteers. We've got plenty of volunteers, and we'll have volunteers helping with that because the lunch boxes came in a sleeve, and the sleeve
Right.
is really tight on there, and I prefer to bring it to the hotel in that sleeve so it doesn't get damaged. So
Yeah.
we didn't pack the lunch boxes.
Yeah. As long as we got as long as the work's done, like it's all separated, it should be fairly easy. Or just
Yeah.
hand it to people. Hand a book. I don't know. That's
It's
not, huh?
it was interesting with Tony there today because he was giving us feedback from our last episode. And
Yeah.
so like I was showing off the Wookiee monster, and he's like, "Yeah, I know." I was like, "Do you want me to explain how to get one?" He's like, "I already know. I listened to it today."
I listened to it on the way over here. Hey,
Yeah.
hey. Yeah. You're like, look at the video. He's like, oh, hey.
Yeah, I know about the video. Yeah, I don't need to know.
They look great, man. You did a great job on those Wookiee monsters. So we all need to get one.
I have less and less to do, which is a good thing. It also means that we're getting closer and closer to the event itself.
Right. And I feel bad. I mean, I know you're shouldering a lot of it, but I'm like, what can I do? And you're like, dude, I got it. And I'm
We're
like,
good.
yeah. So
Oh, I've got something for you if you really want to help.
do you need me to come dust your house?
No, something
Okay.
else.
What's that?
Well, I'll tell you offline because my I don't want to say anymore. I'll tell you offline. And
Okay.
It's nothing inappropriate.
Okay.
But yeah, that was it.
Yeah, no, it was a good day. Yeah, it was a good fun day hanging out with everybody.
And then we played Chameleon.
Yeah. That's a weird game.
It was a lot of fun. We were just hanging out afterwards, and it was you, me, Tony, my wife, Rich and his wife.
Mhm.
I was like, hey, pull that game down. And so we
Yeah.
played a couple rounds of Chameleon, which, if for those that haven't played yet, you pass out cards, and there's codes on that card based on the roll of the dice. I know this might be difficult to explain, but there's a playing card with a bunch of topics on it, and it's a grid system. So when you roll the dice, you look at your card, that will key you in on the topic that we're talking about. So let's say it is Star Wars. Except for one person who's got the chameleon card, it says you are the chameleon on it. You can't know what the topic is because you don't have that card to tell you what the topic is.
Right.
And so I'm trying to do this the best I can at a generic, but so everybody goes, but you only can say one word about that topic to prove to everybody at the table that you know what you're talking about and you know the topic, you're clued in. So let's say it's Star Wars and you say white. Well, that could be Leia, that could be Stormtrooper. And so everybody at the table can be like, okay, maybe. But also, white might represent something else on that card.
Right.
So you don't know. And so the next person has to go. And if they're the chameleon, their only context clue is what's on that card in front of them with, 16 different topics and then the one word white.
Yeah.
You have to figure out, and maybe it's Star Trek is the actual topic, and you say blaster. Well, they don't use blasters in Star Trek, so that everybody knows right then and there you're the chameleon. So, anyways, it's a game like that. It was a bunch of fun. We played a bunch of rounds, and you're pretty good at being the chameleon.
Yeah. When Rich doesn't look at me and go, "You're the chameleon," and I got to try to keep a poker face, that's what sucks.
Yeah.
I also got real lucky because y'all were playing I was the chameleon and it was toys, and I just went with round. Well, it was slinky and nobody caught.
Expedia. Hey, you. What you doing? Scrolling? Doom scrolling? Looking at other people's vacations? Miami, San Diego, Cancun? Okay, what about you? What places will you go? Expedia is the one place you go places. Your trip can earn rewards which you can use towards your next eligible stay. Soon, people will be doom scrolling you. You'll be that friend's friend, but with rewards. What are you waiting for? Expedia, the one place you go places. Terms apply.
Want to make the most of your tax refund? File with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it. With a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
On. I was like, I'm just going to stay round because there's like Hot Wheels. There was Frisbee. There was like 3 or 4 things on the card that could be round. So I just said round and then just went on and didn't say anything else. And everybody bought it.
Yep. And that's how you play the game.
Right.
You got to look at the card and play the probability, play the odds. And if there's like 8 different, 4 different items there that could be described by one item or one word, then go with it.
Right. The only thing is when I was the chameleon and it was Monopoly, I wish I would have said money. Then it would have thrown everybody off. Because I
Yeah.
had figured that it was either Risk or Monopoly. And I was
Oh,
like, well, let me just say dice because both of them use dice.
yeah.
So I was like 90% sure it was Monopoly, but I didn't want to say money, and then it would have given it away. But if I'd
Yeah.
have said money because I was at the end of the round, uh, nobody would have been like, oh, they wouldn't have figured it out. Plus, it
Yeah.
doesn't help that Rich's wife just took forever to figure out what she was saying. So everybody was like, you're the chameleon because this is something you should know off the top of your head
Well,
or pretty quick.
I wasn't the chameleon at all. This game, for some reason, I just didn't get that card. But
Yeah.
when I am the chameleon, I need that level of time,
Mhm.
which is unfortunately one of my giveaways about when I'm the chameleon because I need to sit there and think, okay, wait, okay, I can say this word. Does this match up here? Does this one match here?
Right.
But
Yeah, and if you're at the front of the line because you go around the table, so if you're like the first one, you don't want to say, a easy giveaway. You want to be very vague, and then like the last person can just give it away because they're the last person.
yeah,
Um, but no, it's a fun game. It's definitely, it took me, I think this is the second time we've played it, and this time I'm finally like, oh, okay, this is how it's done. But yeah, no, I like playing games, and it's my mother-in-law loves playing card games, and we always end up going to like phase 10 or 5 crowns. So it's nice to get away from those couple of games, even though I like playing those. And it's a game where like, because Chameleon, you could play it for 10 minutes and be like, all right, we're done and be just as happy as if you play it for an hour.
yeah. You're supposed to do point system. Like we weren't really committed to the point system, but like if the chameleon's called out right away, everybody at the table gets a point. But if the chameleon is the last person called,
Uh-huh.
then the chameleon gets a lot of points.
Okay.
And so when you play a couple rounds, you tally things up, and then whoever's got the most points at the end wins.
Gotcha.
But we just didn't play it that way. We were just, more about having fun and trying to figure out who's the chameleon.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it was basically, hey, we got a half hour to kill. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Or nobody's ready to go home quite yet.
Um, Changing topics. I forgot to mention this in the news because I didn't bring it up, but Hasbro was hacked this week.
Really?
Yeah. They didn't really say about what was hacked. They said that some of the things had to go offline to fulfill orders,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, they were hacked.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to share my screen because we can talk about this. We'll just have to be descriptive. Share this. So Hasbro announced their May
Oh
the
my
4th
God, these
figures,
things. Yes,
and
go ahead.
the Stormtrooper's missing. I think it's like Pew Pew. So all these are just regular Black Series in a new box with like a yellow color to it. And it says Star Wars Day, May the 4th be with you. But they're each wearing a different shirt of some sort.
Yeah.
Endor Biker Club, Ride or Die is what the Biker Scout.
And then there's stuff on the back of it too, right?
I don't know, but there is a target that comes with it, a cardboard target. And as a joke, there's obviously no stormtroopers that have actually hit the target. And so all the target holes are around the item.
Yeah.
There were some people who had some issues with the target itself.
Because it's an Ewok?
Yeah, because you're shooting an Ewok, I guess. I don't know.
But it makes sense because it's a biker scout.
Yeah. The back says, May the 4th be with you. And then so yeah, it's just a regular biker scout trooper. And then there was the battle droid, the B1 battle droid that has a yellow shirt and a Luke Skywalker for some reason. Because that famous scene when the battle droid fights
That's
Luke Skywalker?
Anakin, dude.
Is that Anakin?
Yeah.
Oh, it is Anakin. I'm sorry. Never mind. I take my sarcasm back.
No, it does look like, I mean, if you're just looking at that real quick, you're like, that's Luke, but then
That
he's
looks
got
like
the
Luke
boots.
to me. But yeah, there's boots there. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. I was wrong. His t-shirt says Roger Roger. Roger Roger Robotics. And then the back says May the 4th. And he's able to hit the lightsaber, but he doesn't hit Anakin.
Right. Well, that's what they end up hitting most of the time too, right?
Yeah, this is kind of awkward. I mean, it looks like he's got He's not wearing bottoms like Winnie the Pooh
Right.
or something or Donald Duck. Like, put some pants on, Roger Roger.
Right. And then it's just a normal,
Just a normal battle droid.
yeah. I
Repack, repaint, city.
right. Well, they didn't even bother repainting these. They just put
No,
t-shirts on them.
it's the same thing. Yeah.
It's like, hey, we've got all these droids and stormtroopers we need to get rid of. Let's make a t-shirt.
Roger Roger. And like they're all different exclusives to different stores.
I hate when they do that.
Let's see. This is from Yak Face. Stormtroopers from Walmart, Scout Troopers fan channel, so like your Entertainment Earth, maybe Hasbro Pulse, and then Battle Droid is Target. It says click through for the silliness disappointment.
Yeah. Nobody's excited about these. And they're probably, oh, I love
There's a meme here of like Simon Cowell just looking like what is going on.
Yeah, that's how I kind of feel about that. I mean, and they're probably charging $30 for those figures.
I mean, I would have preferred, I guess, just the box. I think it's probably laziness. No matter which way you cut it, you're not going to make a Star Wars fan happy.
Right.
With that said, maybe I would have preferred just the May the 4th box with the Scout Trooper in it, nothing extra.
Mm-hmm.
Commemorative Scout Trooper.
Well, or they could have done the targets. You know, that would have been a nice addition.
Yeah,
and then just
maybe.
not done the t-shirt. I think the t-shirt's what's losing us. I mean, because we've done the carbonite, we've done the colored, the exaggerated color figures, and it's like now they're doing t-shirts.
I do think like I should get get the B1 Battle Droid. He's got a yellow shirt and find like a Ken with like fabric board shorts or something and put them on like this is a B1 Battle Droid on vacation or something.
See, that would have been funny.
Yeah. Or I mean that would have been perfect for a shore trooper.
Right.
Like I remember my first celebration, which was right after Rogue One.
Mm.
There were some guys in a shore trooper helmet and they were just walking around with their shore trooper helmet, pretty much naked with board shorts and a surfboard.
That's great.
And I say naked, they were topless and just board shorts. But I mean, it was still funny.
Right. I enjoy when people do that when you get an outfit like that where you there's an idea behind it and then you're just wearing your bucket with normal clothes, but it all goes together.
And they were getting a lot of crap for this today. But there's a new Pride droid for the Droid Factory, and they were getting a lot of hate on there.
Was it just people not liking that they're doing a Pride droid, or they don't like the droid?
Yakface commented, yeah, so that was the issue. They didn't like the Pride droid because it's Pride.
Uh-huh.
But Yakface was commenting like, I got a lot of people who follow me, and it's disappointing that for the first time for you to comment is commenting on not liking this.
It's something they've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years. I mean, where are people at? You know, what are they missing? I mean, it's a good looking droid. If you're into Pride and why is people getting like that? I don't know why people's got to be like that. If you don't like it, don't buy it.
I'm still on Yakface. I did order this as well, the new what was it called? DDBD from Solo. It's one of the droids during the riot on Kessel.
Yeah.
And so, but
it's on screen for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's on screen for 3 seconds. But it is a different droid that they haven't made before.
Mm-hmm.
It is part of the Droid Factory thing. Disney sells these the first Friday of a month.
Okay.
So I think there's 2 left. Yeah, there's a May one and a June. I have to remember to do that on May.
Yeah, because it's
setting up.
Somebody will remember. Yeah, it's 4 of 6.
But like they sell out within 10 minutes on site. And then I saw that Star Tours, the ride, the Tatooine Traders, the store that's attached to that, they got like a basket full of these droids, and that was it.
Wow.
So these things are selling out. I missed the first one, but I do like the droids, and I do want the B2MO and the R46DO. So yeah, I'm going to continue getting them, and I got this one luckily. But yeah, they sold out within seconds. So
all right, are you still looking for you just got to find them on the secondary market?
The R5K6, yes, but somebody was selling R5K6, the C228, the protocol droid here.
Mm-hmm.
They were selling them as a pair for like $120 on eBay. So
ouch.
Unfortunately, I do think people are buying these to flip them,
Right.
and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm just getting them because I enjoy getting them.
You're right. I forgot somebody was saying that that's what. Oh, people are buying like one of stuff to hold on to. Weren't we talking about that today?
Remember?
I think, yeah, I think we were talking about how people are in the like buying one of things just to hold on to in hopes that they will
Oh yeah,
appreciate.
yeah. We were talking about with the Hakes auction.
Yeah.
Yeah, people were just buying to hold on to hope that it appreciates in value, like you were saying. I just said the same thing all over again.
Right. It's all
Lovely,
good, man.
lovely.
Yeah, no, so I hope people aren't doing that kind of stuff, but hey, it's Star Wars and that's what people do. I mean, people do that with, oh, you were saying people do that with deodorant. So
I was cleaning up.
everybody,
Yeah,
it happens everywhere.
I was cleaning up my desk the other day, and I found a bunch of gift cards. I don't want to show that on screen. It's got a number on it. Gift cards, like the $100, $50 gift cards that had like just a couple bucks on it.
Yeah.
Well, Tony was saying today that that's what his parents got him for Christmas.
Right.
$75 worth of gift cards, but one had like $5, 16 cents. This one had 23, 42. But it was one of those situations where it was like I had two gift cards with like $5 on it.
Uh-huh.
So I just went up to Walmart and I bought a bunch of cups for the party at my place. I might as
Awesome.
well
Yeah.
get rid of
Use it
those
up.
cards.
Yeah. Use it up, man.
But
Yeah.
the only other top, did you have something?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
The only other topic, I know we're just winding down here. We've got 4 weeks. After this releases, it'll be 3 Saturdays away.
Yeah.
The Rogue Fun.
Rogue Fun.
The only thing I wanted to talk about, and I think I've mentioned this before, but you've got Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios, and now they're working on a new Indiana Jones ride at Animal Kingdom. Do you think Star Tours in Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular is on the chopping block? That's a huge chunk of land that could be something else. That could be like Bluey Land. You know, everybody loves Bluey these days.
They can't get rid of Star Tours, but then you say that about Rivers of America and they got rid of that.
It's gone.
Yeah. I would like them to keep Star Tours because that's like the first Star Wars ride and it's fun. I like going ride Star Tours as to cleanse my palate before I go into Batuu. I could see them getting rid of the spectacular before they got rid of Star Tours. I don't know how close they are in the back of house.
Oh, they're right
But
next to each other.
they are.
You've
Yeah.
got this one big chunk that's a Stunt Spectacular, which takes up a lot of space because there's a lot of seats in there, but there's a lot of moving things in the the backstage with the plane and then changing of sets and stuff. There's also the food hall that's right there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that eat there because it's fast food. There's a lot of seating. And then right next to that is Star Tours. So there's a lot there that could just be, I mean, I would assume that's as big as Muppets, maybe
Right.
bigger.
I would hate to see them get rid of that. And I know you're not a show person, but I'm kind of becoming a little bit of a show person.
You're
You know,
old. You're
huh?
old. You're over
I'm
50.
I'm getting old.
With your AARP card, you also got your
I
show
don't have
card.
one yet, but I would hate to see them get rid of a show, but because you also got to realize that how much capacity that show takes up. You know, it takes up a lot of people. You know, are people still going to it? That would be my
think
question.
So, but whenever I'm at Hollywood Studios, it seems like it's down or that they're not using it. I know COVID messed things up. It used to be like a daily thing. I don't know if it's still daily. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know it's still open because that one dude, the ball jumped off the track,
right,
and the one Disney employee jumped out in front of it, and he got smacked down. And that ball weighs like 300 pounds, even though it's just air inside. It is still rubber.
Right, it's heavy.
300 pounds of rubber hitting you is
yeah.
It's not like a balloon.
Right. No, I would hate to see them get rid of it, but I don't know. Okay. Now I know where I was going to go because Monstropolis or whatever isn't going to be ready for a couple of years.
Menstrualopolis.
Yeah. Yes.
Monstropolis.
So I don't see them getting rid of it in like 5 to 10 years. So that thing's probably got 5 or 10 years left if they're going to do anything to it. And then what would they put in there? I mean, Bluey's going into Animal Kingdom, but
Yeah,
then
it wouldn't be Bluey, but I'm just saying
yeah.
like there's a property probably right around the corner. Pick a Pixar or something, pick
Mhm.
a Zootopia something. Like Zootopia would make more sense over at Animal Kingdom, but
Right. Well, they've already got the ride, but I heard that show is they took something that was 4D and incredible and then turned it into a screen show.
yeah.
Um,
Well, they're doing
which
that all over the place. They're getting rid of 3D glasses all over there.
right. I don't mind them getting rid of the 3D glasses because I with my glasses it messes me. I can't really see I don't see the 3D very well because I've got the progressive lenses and it doesn't work very well. But if you see some of the have you been on a ride with the new screens yet? The new screens are insane.
Like what?
The
Like
well,
what ride?
yeah, exactly. I don't know. I mean, I don't know when's the last time you went down there, but I know like Ratatouille, they put the new TD and
Yeah,
like
the last time I rode Ratatouille, it was still 3D.
yeah. But like Monsters Unchained have got those insane screens on them and it's hard to tell, what's real. I mean, you can tell, but if you're not paying attention, it's hard to see what's real and what's not
Yeah.
because those screens are so lifelike. I mean, they've got the same thing for like the Bourne show at Universal, and you can't tell what's a person and there's one scene where it's a crowd scene and you have to pay attention to see what's a person and what's a screen. So, I mean, those screens are getting pretty crazy. And I would rather see a high end screen than 3D.
I miss 3D.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
get it.
I like Star Tours. Don't take away 3D from Star Tours.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I could see it being on the chopping block. I mean, nothing lasts forever, but Star Tours is one of my favorites of all
Yeah,
time. But I could also see Disney saying like, we don't need it anymore because we've got Galaxy's Edge.
right. It is kind of weird to me that it is because you had Star Tours and then you had Muppets Land and then you had Galaxy's Edge. So it was weird that it wasn't closer to Galaxy's Edge.
Hmm.
But I mean, I understand because logistics, you didn't want to tear up Muppets Land at least at that point. Um,
Yeah, but 5 years later, you tear up Muppets Land.
right, exactly. So yeah, I mean, logistically, I could see them in the next because like I said, I could see it having like a 10-year span left because they're not going to do anything with it right now. Plus, they're getting ready. Aren't they doing more stuff? Or are they adding to it, or they just added to it?
To
Uh,
what?
Star Tours with Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah, they're supposed to, aren't they?
I thought so.
I
I mean,
think,
it's an easy addition because all it is throwing another tape in there.
you would think it would be an easy addition, but Disney has had in the past several, uh, I guess, good faith attempts to add more movies to some of these rides, like Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Can't say Galaxy, it's Run. Get it
Right.
right. That was supposed to have three different movies associated with it.
Right.
It doesn't. Even Toy Story Midway Mania was supposed to have multiple videos. It doesn't.
Right. It was supposed to have overlays for holidays and stuff, and it doesn't.
Doesn't it have a holiday
I
overlay?
don't know. I don't think so.
But yeah, so like even though they say all the time, like, yeah, this is going to have multiple different stories, it never happens because there's budget cuts and be like, this is working fine. We don't need to invest because we don't need to invest another $1 million into developing a movie because what happens is that it goes from or it goes from Imagineering development, and
Mm,
that's one budget. So they have, like their $1 million budget. Let's go ahead and build it. And then you've got the theme parks who are more into the maintenance and upkeep. They're not going to invest into a new movie because what they have is perfectly fine. It's getting people in the door. And by the time they get it, it's out of Imagineering's hands and their
right.
budget.
Yeah.
So that happens a lot. So if it's not three movies to start with when it opens, it's probably not going to ever be three movies.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. No.
Sometimes I listen to myself and I'm like, that wasn't clear, dude."
No. I get what you're saying because that's the one thing that I didn't like about Smuggler's Run is it was supposed to be three different movies, and you get in there and it's the same movie every time.
Yeah. The only one they've ever updated is Star Tours.
Yeah. And Star Tours is one where you're never going to have the same movie because it's got three different sections to it.
Yeah. And I would love for them to throw back to the original, but I know they can't do that without Rex in the
Yeah.
cabin because it's like my first time flying. Ah!
You're right.
And now they've actually, and he was a physical animatronic. Now they've got C-3PO in that spot. So
Right.
C-3PO is not going to be like, let's go. And this is my first time flying.
Or you could be like, first time flying this thing. And I mean, I understand why they put C-3PO in there because he's more recognizable, but still, you had Rex was cool.
Yeah, he's a classic.
Yeah.
He's one of those characters that Disney invented that I think works that and went into Star Wars Rebels, and now he's into more and more stuff.
Yeah.
He was in Mandalorian, wasn't he?
Probably.
I think so, yeah, because I was like, oh, I was doing the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. There he is.
Holy smoke. Speaking of Leonardo DiCaprio, I watched Wolf of Wall Street for the first time a couple of weeks ago. And
Yeah, I didn't
it's
see that.
it's like you see all the memes and you're just like, oh, that's where that meme came from. And there's like one meme where he's just like, those are rookie numbers. And what he's talking about, because this is a PG show I won't say, but I'm just like, oh, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about money, but he was talking about other things.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, that makes it even funnier.
Yep.
So yeah.
And yeah, Rogue Fun, we're going to announce our schedule in about a week and a half.
Yeah.
2 weeks. It's going to be 2 weeks out. So I think I'm trying to do the math in my head on a Saturday night after doing all the work today. It's not happening.
Right.
Like the 19th of April is when we're going to announce the schedule for the day.
Yeah.
But I mean, in addition to that, there's the thing at my place, the welcome mixer where everybody gets together and says hi and kind of melts the ice and become acquainted with it.
Yeah. We get
reacquainted
You're
with
right.
each other. That's what I'm trying to think. So, Friday morning is the event at Orion's. He was talking today about ordering extra chairs. He's excited to have everybody over and to host. And then Friday night will be the Center of Puppetry Arts. We're gonna order Moe's, so we'll have plenty of tacos there. Tacos and dessert. And then Saturday is the event itself,
Yeah.
Rogue Fun. If you bought a ticket to Rogue Fun, you get into the Center of Puppetry Arts. Center of Puppetry Arts is part of the event, so if you don't have a ticket, you can't attend that. And then Sunday is Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's.
And so that's an extra cost of $20
But it includes food and games, right?
Yep, food and games.
So
And
you're
that's
gonna
just
get your $20 worth.
Yep. And we did 10 to 12 so that if you've got like an afternoon flight, go ahead, take off, have some fun before you do that. But I understand that there'll be people hanging around after Road Fun. So there's a chance that maybe Sunday we'll go back to my place and hang out. We'll see. The house will be clean.
Yeah, we'll see how tired you are come Sunday.
Well,
You'll
I'll
be
be at
running
my
on
house.
fumes.
I'll be at my house.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I've learned a lot since the last one, so hopefully I won't be on fumes. It'll just be a quarter of a tank left.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Right.
Quarter of a tank left.
Awesome.
And with that, there's a chance that we're taking May off.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that. Yeah.
No, I want to give people a heads up.
Yeah. No, and because this is something we both thought you messaged me last week and are like, I really think we should take May off from the show. And I can't help but agree with that. Because we've been going strong for like 5 years on this show like every week. So I mean, we've got Rogue Fun coming up at the beginning of the month, and then there's Memorial Day at the end of the month. So that's 2 weekends right there that are going to be hard to record. So I know you're going to be exhausted, mentally and physically. So yeah, I totally agree with taking that month off to refocus and see how things are going to go.
So I think just wanted to give people a heads up and to prepare them. There's another podcast that I listen to that's a weekly show, and they take a month off, and like I never realize that they're gone. I know they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that they're gone, but when they come back, I'm like, oh yeah, it's been a month, and
right.
And they're always like refreshed, and so And they do a good job. So I'm like, we can do that too.
Yeah.
So, but the only problem is the only flaw in my plan is that there's a Star Wars movie coming out in May.
Well, we'll just have but yeah, it's Memorial Day weekend. So we'll come back the week after Mandalorian and Grogu come back. And then we'll
Yeah.
have a Rogue Fun event, a Rogue Fun breakdown and a Mandalorian and Grogu breakdown. So we'll have a month to have marinated on Rogue Fun, and then we'll have a couple of weeks to marinate on Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah.
Which,
I,
yeah.
I also have an idea for another show that I'm going to try to get at Rogue Fun. So we'll see. Maybe I'll have like a pre-recorded show that we can push our month out to a month and a week.
Yeah, because yeah, my wife had said, well, I should just like repost some shows. So I may do that too, just so that way the feed doesn't go dormant for a month. But
Oh yeah, you
you know,
save all those?
yeah, I've got them all. All I got to do is repost them. I think all I got to do is go back through. Yeah, I've got every episode we recorded. But I think I just got to go through Audacity, not Audacity, the Spotify, and just
Spotify.
reboot them. You know, put them back to the top.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like what are my favorite episodes that we've ever done. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously the Glue one
Yeah.
is my
You can do
favorite.
that one. Yeah. And then for some reason, I just want to play the one that's got because for some reason, we've got one episode that has like 3,000 downloads on it. We have no clue why, because it's nothing special, but it'd be fun to play that one again and see why did what algorithm got that to 3,000.
Yeah, it's the one number 179, Farewell, Mr. Weathers. So Carl Weathers must have passed away,
Mhm.
and it's got 2,293 listens.
Which is 3,000 more than we normally get.
And then the next one is Star Wars News Catch Up 268 with 752. Like, I don't know why. Like, I wish I could figure out what the algorithm's doing so I can do it every week and grow the
Right.
show, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, if we could, I'd be happy with 700 listens every week. But yeah, I know there's a ton of
We get about
ton of stuff
200.
out there, huh?
We get about 200.
Yeah, which is decent. Yeah, it pays for the show. Pays for Zoom. So I can't complain too loud. But yeah, and then yeah, I don't know. I totally agree. I have no problem with us taking the month off to refocus and focus on Rogue Fun and focus on Mandalorian and Grogu. I kind of speaking of Mandalorian and Grogu, we're going to go up to the mountains Memorial Day weekend, and I'm going and I'm looking at things and I went, wait a minute, Mandalorian and Grogu comes out Memorial Day weekend and we're going to be in the mountains. No.
I just yeah, you're gonna have to figure that out. Good luck.
Yeah, I may see it Thursday here, and then Saturday go see it in because there is a little like old school theater with the slanted seats in it,
Yeah.
and where if you drop a Coke, it's gonna roll all the way down. They're not staired, so I'll probably go see it in both, hopefully.
I just Googled like average podcast listener numbers.
Yeah.
The top 50%, the median is about 27 to 30 listeners a week.
Wow.
Top 25% is over 100 downloads.
Mm-hmm.
Top 10% is 450 downloads. Top 5% is 5,000 listeners or downloads. And then top 1% is 4,200 plus.
Wow.
And those are the big ones. Those are like the Amy Poehler's and Joe Rogan's of the world. Those guys are the ones that pull out the big numbers that we'll never see and never want.
Those are the actors that are like, I'm bored. Let me do a podcast, and they get 1 million listens.
And then they get Golden Globes, and it's like, oh, come on, man.
Right? Yeah, because Alan Tudyk and his buddy
Nathan
from
Fillion.
Yeah, they've got a podcast, and all they are is just talking for 45 minutes. There's no rhyme or reason behind it. They may have a topic, but it's like what we did as a kid, or what we're doing this week, or what we had for lunch. It's like what we had for lunch this week, and they talk about that for 45 minutes, and it's good, but it's it's one of those, it's not top of mind when I go to listen to podcasts.
And with that said, thank you for listening to this episode of the Smugglers Galaxy podcast. If you could please leave a like and a 5-star review of the show anywhere you listen, it really helps us out and points people to our show. You can follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Send us an email or message us. We love feedback and we love to make you part of our show. Our email address is smugglersgalaxy@gmail.com. Thank you.
What was in that cup?
whiskey. Thank you for listening. No, but it's been a long day.
Yeah, I know it has, but it's been a good day, but a long day.
Thank you, Alfonso Riviera, for the Smugglers Galaxy logo. And thank you to Levi Waterhouse for the music. People, collect for the love of it. Hashtag vote with your wallet. Pass on what you've learned. Be a positive force in the collecting community. See you in 3 weeks. This is the way.
This is the way. For Rogue Fun, I'm thinking, dude, we haven't taken the month off yet. You freaked me out for a minute.
No. Rogue Fun. See you at Rogue Fun soon.
Yeah, see you soon at Rogue Fun. This is the way.